Studios. I want to welcome all wherever you're watching from. Good to have you this day. As usual, this is Biafra Global Network, and we are back to the studio, and of course, better to serve Biafra. My name is Kelechi Ambrose, and always, of course, I'm here as your host to speak and also to communicate with you as we talk to one another, especially those of you who want to hear the gospel of truth, and those of you who need to be converted, and those of you who need to be taught. We have those who need to be taught. They're in the majority. We have those who want to listen to the gospel of truth because they want to act on the truth. Also, we have those who are a majority of those in the down part of the ladder are those who need to be taught, because we have found out that in Biafra we really need to get our people knowledgeable about so many things, because so many people are confused about what is happening around and the things that are going on. But I assure you that we shall get better and we shall do better. I want to thank you for joining right now. Today is the first day of September. We have entered the Mba month. Mba months now. The first day of September 2023 here is already coming to an end. And for those of you who understand what I'm trying, my impression, what I'm trying to convey now, the message I'm trying to convey, you can tell if those who actually told you about they're going to do some stuff, and all of that. Well, let's not go into those details. Anyways, we have to concentrate in what we want to do. It is 5 p.m. or 2 minutes past 5 Biafra time. Now, of course, for wherever you are, you can look at it and watch it. And gauge it, and of course, measure it. 2 minutes past 5 p.m. Biafra time. And today we're going to be looking at what you need to know, and of course, connected to our freedom. There are so many things happening, and I want to thank you all. Thank you so much, Amakanwa. Thank you for joining. Shalom Wachineke. Thank you so much. Good to see you here. I can see your pink waving. Thank you as always. You'll always be here. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys watching. Please keep joining. Just like this video. The first thing we do is to like the video so that people can know that you appreciate the truth. And as much as you like the video, so share on all your social media platforms. Let people begin to join you right now to watch this video, and also subscribe to the channel if you have not. We'll continue to say that so that we can grow and increase the platform, or of course the platform of truth, where people can also know that some stuff are happening. I want to appreciate you for joining. Today is going to be interesting because we shall be navigating, or not circumnavigating this time around, but navigating, because we need to actually send much information, and as much as also we need to give information to the world and to the people all over the nations of the world. Sorry, I'm just trying to share as I'm talking to you right now, because I discovered that I need to get this stuff upgraded, so it might not be showing on some part, some places like Facebook and all of that. So but you are here, and of course we are going to watch together and also move together, and I want you to understand something very critical. If you are expecting the West, Russia, the BRICS nations, West, we're talking about Europe and the United States, to give you freedom, you are just a foolish person. If you are expecting any of these nations to take you seriously and to fight to free you, spend their resources, spend their time, and do whatever they want to do to free you, then it simply means that you are just not yet knowledgeable to understand. If you think that the West, then the United Nations, or any of those nations, of the world, are going to be doing anything for you to be free. I have seen so many of our people talking about, wow, the Africa is waking up. Africa is this. Africa is that. Yes, Russia is coming in. Let Russia take charge. Let this stuff. Let this happen. Let that happen. They are talking about their own. They are just talking from the point of ignorance, because they don't understand what is happening in the globe. Now, let me tell you, if you think that because there are military coups, then Africa is waking up, then you should understand that you have not started thinking properly. You have not started thinking properly, because military coups supported by any part of the Western nations, or any of the whether the BRICS nations, of course, BRICS means Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa. Some of you don't know what BRICS mean. You just hear BRICS and you keep talking about BRICS. You don't know BRICS. You're just talking about it was formerly BRIC. It was formerly BRIC. We had Brazil, Russia, India, and China. And BRIC was all they began their program, in 2020, 2001. Then when that was when it began. Sorry, I was just distracted. Now let me focus here. Thank you so much, Ego, for joining, and good to have you here. Thank you. I appreciate you. We can be with you as always. Amen. As he said, thank you all. He said, thank you. Now, the BRICS means BRIC, B-R-I-C-K, sorry, it's B-R-I-C-S, which is Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, who joined, I think, in 2010. South Africa joined them in 2010, and they applied for it in August 2010. And as at November, they had been admitted. And of course, Jacob Zuma joined the meeting as at November 2020 and 2011, and up to now they are together. Now, the need for BRICS was economic and political front and all of that, for them to build their economic nations, and then also economically. And of course, BRICS represents about 20% of global, population and all of that. And of course, economically, I think, I don't know, I can't remember the percentage now, but we know that everything they are doing is for interest. Now, I want you to understand that no nation in this world loves you. Rather, they are interested in you. Now, the interest is not out of love. It is out of what they're going to gain economically or politically. And so every country, every nation you see on the face of the earth today doing whatever they are doing it for themselves. No nation will bring out their resources, their monies, their men, and their lives, risk their lives to come and help you. So those of you who are thinking that there is a change in the whole thing, the West is losing in Africa, France is losing, and then Wagner and Russia is coming in, you think you are still going to be free, and you think that is freedom. That is not freedom. The freedom we are looking for, and the freedom that would give us meaning, is the freedom where we take decisions on our own. Now, let me tell you something. These nations of the world are very of what is happening. How many of the Western nations or BRICS nations, let's say Russia and all of that, do we have nations? How many of those places do you have African nations having their positions in? And do your country their positions in territory of the Western nations? Do they have it? Does Nigeria, for instance, the contraption called Nigeria, any front? Does it have any position in America? Does it have any position in France? Does it have any position in US? Or do any African nation have a front, their sole front given and talking about going to conduct peace and all of that in those places? No. But they are all having their positions in Africa. And they tell you that they want to secure your land against terrorism, against terrorist organizations, and all of that. These are reasons they give. There's always a reason for their colonial activities. If we must understand that the slave master cannot be the contributor to our freedom. We can only capitalize on our knowledge and our understanding of the reason why we need to be free, to free ourselves. And we'll free ourselves with serious decisions and actions that we shall carry out together. Nobody, Russia cannot free you. If they're saying that we need to Russia, yes, the West have been in Africa for a long time. France is losing. Africa is winning. No, for the fact that France is losing, or any of the whether America, whether Britain, whatever is losing in Africa, does not mean that you are winning. You must put a system that would warrant you to win. It does not come by military coup, even if the military is very critical in your winning. But where the military is being sided, supported by one of these nations, whether Russia or and all of that, and their soldiers are the ones coming to help you, then you know that they have an interest. That is just the truth. Now it's more systemic. Yes, that's it. It goes more systemic. That's the truth. So Africans must understand this. If you think that we are free yet, because there is coup here, coup in Burkina Faso, in Mali, in Niger, and in Gabon, and all of that, and you are thinking that you are now becoming free. No, you're not becoming free. This is not the first time. There were coups in Nigeria several times in 1966 and all of that until 1990s, the 1990s. When and all of that. There were cues, but there was no difference because it is about control, external control. The coup executors were working the program of the West. Even when Paul Biya or the Bongo family, of Gabon were in power, the coups they carried out were supported by French, the French by France, sorry, not French, but by France or by the French. The coups were supported by these people. Yet, did it do anything better for them? No, nothing better was done for them. But you must understand that for us to be free, it is in our hands. It is in our hands. And what you do will determine if you truly want to be free. That brings me to Biafra, because when we talk about true freedom, we must come to Nigeria. And under Nigeria, you see Biafra is trapped. That is where freedom for Africa begins. That is where freedom for Africa begins. Now, you must understand that Africa is looking for would be determined by how Biafra approaches its freedom, would be determined by how Biafra approaches its freedom. The reason why we are so crazy about Biafra freedom is because we know Biafra freedom will not only free our territory from the confines or the claws of the colonial Nigeria, but because so much Amaka, thank you, more man of wisdom. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Thank you for the prayers and all of that. It will not only free our territory and us, but it will portend a great freedom for all the African race all over the nations of the world. I have heard people talk about Africa. They tell you, you are talking about Africa freedom. You are talking about Africa. You mentioned Africa. Africa is actually a colonial name. Yes, we understand that. That is not the issue for now, as we, sometimes people want to dwell on trifles, on the minor things, on minutiae. They want to dwell on minutiae to just, to just romance their laziness or their fear of escaping, or their fear of moving away from, or their fears of changing, or doing what they have to do, to free themselves. For instance, we have people who would come to tell you that the name Biafra is not our name, and because of that, they are not going to support the freedom. How does the name got to do with this whole thing? The name is the name. We can always change the name at any time. The most important thing is for us to have the mindset for true media. Do you, I hope you're doing great. Glad to have the opportunity of joining you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you as always. Massive Media was, I think it was Massive Media that, I remember somebody tried to blackmail me using Massive Media. I don't want to go there anyways, but I remember Massive media, you know what? You remember one time you requested for a particular number, and then the person wants to use it to blackmail me and said that I sent you to, um, you know, um, to tell them to get me out of Africa and all of that. And it was a huge blackmail. It was when I was going through my number, I discovered it was Massive Media that actually requested for that. The number was for something else. She actually wanted to talk to somebody, and then she requested for the number. And when the number was given, the person she now told the person, about the need for me, to be out of Africa because of the dangers and all of that. And the person now used it as a blackmail that I sent, so that I'm just trying to inform you and inform the people too, to know that all most people do in Biafra project is to blackmail people and to get people, just to bring people down. And Massive Media here, of course, you can bear me witness. I never told you to discuss that, but I just have to say it because here people are just looking for help. People are just saying so many things, so we need to clear up some stuff. Good to have you, Massive. Thank you so much. Always here supporting, always have been there supporting. In fact, when we had the issues, then you send messages of encouragement and all of that for us to focus. I appreciate people who stand on the path of truth and who always, believe in people who are on the path of truth and always doing the right thing. I want to appreciate you here. I just have to go that way because I needed the people, because most people have that stuff, the messages have been going around that and all of that I came to Biafra Freedom for what I want to get, and then they want to use that stuff that against me. And I told them, you can't get me down, because I'm here with a sincere heart and I will always be here to do the right thing. Thank you so much, Massive Media. I appreciate you so much. I appreciate you so much. The person whom you told me to give the person's number to you so that you can communicate something to the person said, I actually sent you to come and, and so I want you to be aware of that too, so that you know how people are very wicked and evil, when it comes to other people trying to look for means of bringing people down. I don't want to mention the name of the person, but the person I'm talking about. The name of the person. The person I'm talking about. So that's it. So the freedom that we seek in Africa begins. Okay, I was saying something that somebody was talking about. Hey, the name Biafra. I remember Nelly doing her own thing, saying that he do. The issue here is not the name, even if names are significant. But what God did was this. Let's look at the life of Israel. Israel, the name was Jacob, and that name means deceiver, cunning, and all of that, and meant every negative, because he actually portrayed negativity, and the things he did were negative. You understand it? But the truth here is, God had already set the promise, and God had already said that you'll be free. And so what he needed to do was to fight the fight that will liberate him. As soon as he was able to fight and get the understanding of his freedom and understand how to stand strong for his freedom, I'm talking about Jacob now, God said that you have fought with God and man, and you have prevailed. That means you have come to the knowledge of understanding that you must stand strong with the right mindset of your freedom, and then you can now begin to talk about any other thing. He now said, your name is no more Jacob, but it's going to be Israel. And so when that nation came, the nation became Israel. The name was given, but the name was given from a point of understanding, because God made him understand that the name is significant, but that name comes by your action. Now, if what we have been doing this time is to blackmail, to backbite, to destroy other people, to fight the truth and all of that, and then we want to drag the name or go for name change, then we are joking. Because the first thing that happens to any kind of people or any kind or kinds of people, is to first get knowledge of what they truly want and how they're going to get it. As soon as Jacob had that encounter with God and fought from night to morning, from dusk to dawn, he was able to get a revelation of the new name. He was able to activate the power of the new name, and that new name became activated when he now entered the promised land. Because at that time, when they were still in slavery, they were still, fighting hard, but they needed to come to terms with what is and how God has promised, and how they can understand and believe in God for the right thing to be done. For the right thing to be done. So God changed his name to Israel, after he was able to come to terms with the truth. He held on to the truth. He said, I'll not let you go until you bless me. And as soon as that was done for the period of time, the first thing was the fight. That means the fight for truth, to hold on to truth. How many of us are holding on to the truth? But yet we argue about names. Yet we argue about so many things. We go about, I have said it the other time. I said it the other time. I think that was last week. The last time I made a broadcast, I think last week Friday, and I said it also on 2 weeks ago, Saturday, 2 weeks ago, 2 Saturdays ago. I said something, and I said that the problem we have is that our people are so concerned about talking about things happening, what this one has done here, and all of that. I'm not saying that talking about the errors is wrong. No, get it right, because you must inform about the errors and the evils going on. You must inform about the evils and the errors going on. But along the line of informing, you must also come to terms with the truth and strategy. Not just informing to corrupt the system, because we have seen most people. For instance, I saw the other day somebody posted something, and they showed where they say their prime minister was giving charity and all of that, and they were trying to score a point with that. That is not, you see, there are some things that we do, and we just prove that, first I do, it is not about first what you want or what you want, but what we want. First thing we must do is that we must find a place to understand how to operate. The of Africa freedom starts with Biafra. And if we think that we are going to be free because Russia will help us, we are yet not ready. None of these nations can help us to be free. None of these nations can help us to be free. Russia Russia cannot come to get you free, because it cannot risk its resources. It can come in only knowing that to running from the West is freedom for you. So those of you who are claiming, hey, it's time to partner with Russia. Yes, we need partnership, but partnership must be on mutual interest. With any nation, we must set the structure so that when they're coming in, they will come in on a plan already on ground, not sitting by and saying, let's so that Russia can try to China, or let's try to Brazil. No, it doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You must have a plan of your own power, ability of freedom, and ability to take your freedom with a plan, a cogent plan, your own plan. Before you begin to partner with any nation, you must have a plan of what you want. When they come in and see your plan and they know what you want, they can now decide whether they're going to partner with you or not. Then you can determine, you can tell them, this is what we are, this is what we want. If we are going to work with you, this is how it's going to look like, and this is what it's going to look like. Thank you so much. Evangelist Barbara is here. Shalom, my comrade. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Good to have you here. Appreciate you, my comrade. Thank you. Thank you. So, but we seem to be looking for freedom. We seem to be asking for nations to come in. Let me ask you a question. You think anybody will risk their life because of you? You think somebody will just give themselves weapons to come and go and shoot and fight to save you when they are not God? It is only God that does that. Or it's only God that can do that. Nobody, no nation will risk their resources, because they need those resources for themselves. They need those resources for their people. Almost all these countries also joined in the Biafra war in the past to cause more havoc. Thank you so much, Ego. Because of interest. These things are about interest. Why do you think that Russia, you see, I see our people celebrate, especially on Twitter and other places, celebrating that Russia and Wagner is having, is coming, and they are chasing France away, they are United States away, and France and Russia are coming in. How does that help you? For God's sake, that does not help you. How does that make you free? It doesn't make you free because they are coming with their interest. When their interest was in line with the West, like America, Britain, and all of that, they joined those people to bombard you in Biafra war, or in the war against genocide against Biafra, not Biafra war, in the war against Biafra, because they instilled that war and they called that war. They join those people to fight you because then they also have interest with alongside with these people. Now that they see that now that they cannot work with those people whose interest is like theirs and whose interest also is to take control of your land, put their soldiers in your land, take your resources, whereas you cannot take their resources, you cannot put your soldiers in their own land. Even Russia, that is fighting United Nations now, fighting NATO now, has its own military in our land, and we are not fighting Russia. They have military base in Burkina Faso, they have in Mali, they have in Gabon now, they have in Niger. They have their forces around. Africans are not fighting them now, but they are fighting NATO for having their own men close to their borders. Don't you see that it is about interest? It is not about you, because as long as you are weak, they would always take advantage of you. That is the plain truth. As long as you are weak, see, remember today's topic is what you need to know. You need to know all of this stuff, because if you think that you are going to be free by praising Russia and to embrace Russia or embrace any of the BRICS nation, we talk to them about partnership and all of that. That is only when we have a cogent plan. And that is why in Accountability and Transparency Group, we are trying to set up a plan, especially economic plan. Because economic power can translate to political power, political strength and vigor, because you can define your political stability and all of that by your economic position. When the people are no more hungry, they can reason well to form a government for themselves, to determine how they can do the right thing to free themselves. When the people are hungry, they cannot have the right frame of mind on how they can be free, because all they would be seeking for is belly infrastructure. They will be seeking for food. And when the enemy comes with anything to them, they rush and take it against their own freedom. You see it now. You can see what is happening all around. Biafra project today is about what people are gaining, what people are eating, what people are gaining. I remember I was telling you about my local government. My local government, I was discussing with them, and I told them, I said, see, these people are telling you to contribute money to buy Hilux van. They're telling you to contribute money they're collecting monthly dues from you. But ask yourself the question, have they done the right thing since Mazi Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped? Has the DOS done the right thing? Look at the activities. Look at every of the people who are claiming to be talking about Biafra, the Biafra this, Biafra that. Look at all of them. Look at all of them. Having access to resources of the people, collected your monies. Look at the strategy. Does this look like strategy to you? When you see people who are serious for freedom, you will see what they'll do. How can you have an opportunity, for instance, to stop an election? You now leave that one, you allow the election to hold, and then you now begin to call for sit at home. You now begin to talk about water here, water this. You couldn't take advantage of one singular program that would end the matter. And yet, let me tell you something. If you think you're going to be free by being partisan to injustice or stupidity, you would not be free. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has said it. So when you see us speaking like this, tough. I don't care how many people are watching. I don't care. Formerly, thousands will be watching. Now hundreds are watching, because we'll still penetrate. We'll still get to that point of thousands. The truth must be sustained. If you are joining forces with these people, running things like these, like they are doing family meetings. We have this one here. We are doing convention here. We are past that level. Do you know what the dragon flag meant or mean when Mazi Nnamdi Kanu talked about dragon flag? Do you know what it means? It simply means that all those ceremonies, all those protest level, all those times you are doing jamborees is gone. It is now time for force. That is what dragon flag meant. So all these ones that your prime minister is doing and other people are doing, moving here, they'll tell you they want to protest here, they want to do convention here, they want to do that. All of that is nonsense. The real thing was the election. That was the target. Mazen Namdekan had it in mind also. Because now that you have raised the dragon flag, you are talking about force. So you stop. See, the election was significant. Stop the election and you end everything in Nigeria. It's so simple. Just invest in stopping the election. Once you invest in stopping that election, you have already ended the whole evil. I am telling you, that was the opportunity, including the same man who calls himself a minister right now, whom you claim to be your prime minister, the criminal calling himself prime minister. He also said that if this is an opportunity, if we can end this election, if we can stop this election, we are free. Why didn't he put all his to stop it? Ask yourself the question. Now he's playing jamboree, putting on programs, convention here, put price tag to it, VIP, blah blah. Is that, for God's sake? This is not an entertainment. We're not into entertainment. They did nothing steal. They collect money from people. It's all about their pockets. That's just it. We're worried over the situation now. Amaka one says, if they saw the opportunity and didn't capitalize on the opportunity based on the monies you gave to them, it should be a sign to you. Don't you reason? It should be a sign to you that these people are not genuine. You don't need any other prophets. You forget easily. You forget easily. You don't give me a sign of, you don't give me a sign to have the tendency of destroying my business or raping my wife or all of that, and I give you the opportunity to do that. No. When somebody gives you a sign, and a sign that your life is in danger, you set plans, you set strategy to outwit them, to overtake them, to destroy them, to dislodge them. The most important time for this our freedom in this dispensation, these 4 years that I just elapsed, was February 25th. It was an important date, and those involved had ample opportunity, including the scam minister, the crime minister, had ample opportunity. One, he had money coming from Biafrans because Biafrans believed he was going to do the right thing. Two, he had enough time to plan with the people who could reason and who had good conscience and who had good intentions. He chose to surround. First of all, the evil sign was the fact that the monies were being put in in the account of Azuka's husband. That was the first sign, and all of us were quiet. Even when I raised the alarm, even when the women were they were telling me all of this stuff and said this, and I said, what? And I brought the issue to the media team. I said, we must call Simon to a meeting and all of that. And we, when we call for meeting and all of that, they were just jeopardizing it everywhere. And they told me, hey, relax, let's see. At least he said, and we can still call for him to give us, to give us some account. Let's just wait, let the election be over. I think that's the target, so that we don't get him distracted. What kind of talk is that? But anyways, I am the lone person. I'm the only person there raising my voice. So I have to just watch and say, okay, of course. Okay, let me wait. The election must come. It must go. That's it. It must come. In your very eyes, the election came. The election went. It was held successfully. No resistance. You see, the funny thing about our people is this: the past. Let's allow the past on this. For God's sake, for God's sake, you want to talk about the past? You want to talk about the future without the past? Are you crazy? Are you crazy? Without the ingredient being part of the plan and for the future, because the ingredients of the past provide necessary information and experience to galvanize and to strengthen the makeup of the future. That is why before you begin anything in life, it is first traced by the name that you are given and traced through to your ancestors. You are named, you are given a surname, to show that you are coming from one source. And that source have a way it rubs off on your DNA. You can't talk about the future of Biafra without looking at the past of Biafra or the history of Biafra. And you can't talk about the history of Biafra without looking at the how they have in the past. Sorry about that. I needed to. All of these are important. You can't talk about these things without relating, without having this is right. If we don't begin to right now, if we don't begin to do things right now, then we are not ready for what we are expecting. Massive Media says, I'm very shocked hearing this. She's so sorry about that devilish mentality of people until when having their then, you know. Yeah, thank you so much, Massive. No, Massive, don't worry. You don't need to apologize. I'm just trying to make you. I wanted to inform you on, but that line had been off for a long time. I wanted to inform you, what is happening because my name was going everywhere on social media. The man was just making voice messages everywhere, trying to destroy accountability and transparency group, destroy my image before the people, telling them that I gave you I gave you his number so that you can tell him you can force them to manipulate them to bring me to America and all of that. And I was wondering what kind of talk. If you are having discussion with somebody and the person says, please, I need, please, person come to the US. The person don't get bothered, so don't, no need to apologize. I was just only trying to inform you and also let Biafrans know you are here so that they will know the person, they will know at least it's obvious here, the person who actually is behind her. And she did that with open heart, discussed with the person, had the number, told me, please, can I have this person's number? I contacted him. I said, this person wants your number. Should I give the person the number? It's not even only the person. There are so many people who have asked me numbers of different people, including those who are asking me of Simon's number those days, asking me of Azuka's number those days, and all of that. And I will ask, I say, please, should I give them, if it's people, I'll just ask, should I give the number? I say, yes, okay, give. Because I take permission from you before giving out numbers. So when you asked for the number, I said, oh, let me ask first, because if I give out, the person may not want it. And I asked, and I gave the number. And then along the line discussion, you told the person, please, I want you people to try and get them, let this person be in America. They said I set you up. I set the whole situation up. I brought you, and I told you what to tell them. I used you indirectly to try to get them that I'm a criminal. I came into Biafra project because I want to come to America. Because I want to. So it's just I'm just telling you so that you can be aware of what can happen, what is happening in this. You see, this freedom thing we are fighting. People are Biafrans. My God, sometimes I look at the whole thing. I say, our people are just, But of course, we know the hurdles. Mazin Amdekan said it. We know the hurdles you are going to climb. We know the hurdles you are going to climb. We know the things we are going to go through. As long as Chukokike is involved in this matter, I know I'm secure. God knows my heart. I came in here with a genuine heart, and we will fight it genuine way. I won't join those people who are in criminality. I can't join them. Please like this video and share on all your social media platforms right now, because we are saying some stuff very critical here. Very, very important things we're discussing here. Please like it, send it on all your social media platforms, and also subscribe to this channel if you have not. Talk to people, send this. You need to be actively involved in disseminating information about truth. Ego says, without reflection on the past is very important for the future. Of course, you reflect from reminiscing. Let me use the word reminiscing now. When you reminisce over what has happened in the past in the direct order of unbiasedness, not being biased about it, you will get information that is necessary for the element of the knowledge that you get from the past becomes an experience, whether direct or indirect experience, because it's either you are part of the past or indirectly part of the past or directly part of the past. Indirectly in the sense that you might not have been born when that happened, or you might be there when it happened. And of course, there were some other activities in the past that you were not born when they happened. And so you get the information based on the privilege opportunity to access knowledge of the past, and then look at things from the point of experience, direct experience and indirect experience, and then forge ahead with knowledge of that past, because everything we're looking at in the future has to do with our past. What is our beginning? How do Biafrans operate? What is the basis of Biafra? What is our culture? What is our tradition? How have people betrayed us before? What happened during the war? How did the war come about? Who were those who betrayed the cause? What was done to those who betrayed the cause? What happened to those who betrayed the cause, yet people allowed them to go scot-free? What is happening? All of these questions are very, very important. Amaka one says, Biafra, fear not. God will put confusion in the camp of your enemies. Fear not. Thank you so much, Amaka. You can't be pulled down as cause Chiko Kike Abiyama is with you, Deborah. Thank you so much, Ego. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, so of course, you were at the center of this whole thing when that whole narrative was just going on. And I said, what kind of people are these? You see people, you think they have good conscience, you think they are mature, you think but you just know they are just there. They're just looking for their selfish opportunities. When you fight their selfishness, they now come after you, want to blackmail you and destroy you. Ego, of course, you know what I'm talking about. Because I fought irregularities and criminality in accountability group. That's why you see we have two groups today. But of course, I told you that other group is not real. We are the real accountability and transparency group. So anybody who break off because they want to be, they have to be disciplined, and they break off, and then they now tell you they have formed another accountability group. Don't mind them. They are rebels. Anybody who breaks off out of a thing, not because that thing is wrong, or not because there is criminality or anything, but because they were to be disciplined for their wrongs and for their criminality, and then they break off to form another group. Don't join them. You are only going to be part of criminality, and you're going to have the repercussion of that evil. The Biafra Project is not something you just join any group you like. You must look at it critically, because the spirit of Biafra is involved. So you must look at it critically to know if there is truth. There is truth. It's really terrible, Ego. It's really terrible. You must look at it critically. You must look at it critically. And under the auspices of the accountability and transparency group, we're coming in with a new dimension. Let me tell you something. No people, I tell you, no people can get their freedom without sanitizing that program of freedom. You will definitely have lots of interest coming in. Those who have come for their stomach. It happened in South Africa. It happened in other nations. They would always come with what they want to get. They would use that as an opportunity to get money from the slave masters. They would do lots of things just to make money using that issue of freedom. We have lots of them in Biafra today. We have lots of people who have betrayed the project of Biafra because of their stomach. But let me tell you, it cannot stop the people from coming together. Every freedom project has a place of beginning. I always tell people that any kind of business, any good thing, any wonderful thing you see in this life begins with two people discussing under a tree. Now, when I say it's symbolic, when I say discussing under a tree, doesn't mean that they have to go under a tree to discuss. It's just symbolic. It's symbolic. It's symbolic. Ego says, fact, dear brother, you are very, very right. Yes, of course. Thank you so much. Chukudi Obioma says, Kelechi, you are more far intelligent, smarter than the very mind. Wondered what you are doing with him before, but good thing you realize what's up. Honestly, my brother, it was just about let's just see what we can do. At least I'm not, if it were about position and all of that, maybe I wouldn't be with him, because if I was dragging for position, I wouldn't be with him, because there are people if it was about ego, I wouldn't be with him, because he doesn't have anything to offer. He just runs on anything that comes around. But it was because of our freedom. It's not about who is leading. So my take was, hey, let me support with my own side what God has gifted me with. Let me support this, and let's get our freedom. Our freedom was the target. But of course, when criminality is evident, as you said, criminality has been there from beginning. Criminality has been there from beginning, especially when I advise that the accounts and the structure must be put in a way that no one person can manipulate the system. No one person can be in charge of the system. I told them when that account was about to be opened, not knowing that, of course, when they said the thing is going to the women to do, there's a little you can, unless an information leaks out. So there was no structure, even if the women were going to be in charge of resources. What is the structure that would help to manage the women and manage the whole program itself, so that even if the women are acting like the financial house or the financial department, but how do we manage the information so that every other person in the project of freeing ourselves will understand how the women are managing the monies? It was very, very important. How are they managing the monies? When you have a company and there is no structural standard that helps people know what comes in and what goes out. For instance, the procurement department knows what comes in and goes out from their own angle, purchase and all of that, having details and all of that, and how it relates with the finance department or the welfare department, having information on what goes in and out of them, out of that department, all the human development department, or the PR department, or whatever department, having a knowledge of what goes in and out of them, and then harmonizing it with the finance department, where the accountants are and where the auditors are. There is no transparency. There must be a synergy where no one person can control the resources of a nation. No one person. This is about a nation. Some of you say we are not got Biafra yet. Why are we talking about accountability? Why are we talking about accounts? You adapt. How can you get a nation out of, how can you get to set a structure, a good structure, out of a bad beginning? It doesn't make sense. They don't think of their children and unborn generations. Very short-sighted people. Thank you so much, Ego. That's it. Very short-sighted. I like your courage in leaving the criminal. Go ahead and speak the truth, brother. Thank you so much, Kudi. I appreciate you. Chukudi, thank you for this encouragement. Chukudi Obioma, thank you so much. You have the name of my cousin, Obioma. And one of my brother, also one of my cousin, Chukudi. I have a cousin called Chukudi. I have a cousin called Obioma. These are two from my father's brothers. My father's brothers' children, different brothers, anyways. Having two, one of them called Chukudi. In fact, I related with Chukudi last week. Obioma is somewhere in is it UK or Germany? I can't remember now. So that's it. That's it. You cannot. It's not possible. It's not possible. It's not possible. You must understand that to get this thing done, there must be the right perspective to the whole thing. There must be the right perspective. You need a structure that is intertwined, which can be regulated by checks, balances. How can you get to set up perfect system by an imperfect beginning? How can you do that? It's not possible. No nation, nobody. It doesn't work anywhere. It doesn't work anywhere. It doesn't work anywhere. How can you start? How can you tell me that you are looking forward to a nation that is as bright, transparent, and a nation, the best nation in the world, and you are planning that nation from the point of fighting it with an opaque system, with a criminal system, with a structure that is not transparent, that the people cannot even manage to understand what is happening? All you come to do with your mouth, you tell them, this has happened, we are doing this, we are doing that, and everybody's jubilating. Nobody can confirm. I keep talking about this issue of Biafra House, so-called. Some people will be arguing. They say, why are you always talking about Simon and all of that? Because Simon was the one that people gave their courage. gave their trust. He's the last season of the trust from the DOS, when people discover the DOS members, when people discover that they are not serious. And most of them having their hand in the kidnap and extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Of course, most of them have their hands in the kidnap an extraordinary rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Someone was telling me, why are you saying that? I said, yes, I will say that. It's an allegation, and I'm alleging. And if they feel that it is not true, what you do professionally is that you of reasoning and all of that. I only put 1, 2 together because I have my brains. I am not a follow pen. I look at critically. We have some people who were very close when they came with when they started behaving not straightforward. I told them to bear me witness. One can bear me witness, and those Evangelist Barbara here can bear me witness. I told them we are very close, but I tell them it can't fly. what we say, it became a fight. I maintained and I stood for it. I said what we agreed is accountability and transparency. Not about you. It's not about what we want. It's not about what I want. It's not about what you want. It's about what we all want collectively. Accountability and transparency. And this group is why this group was set on that premise. And that is what I stood for. And today you see, before you know it, they say they have opened another group called Accountability and Transparency. That tells people will be revealed truth. If you have hidden agenda, it will show. You can't hide it. You can't hide it. I can't be in this accountability and transparency, and I'm told that I will be suspended and I will be punished for a behavior, and then I break away. The group says you have misbehaved. We are going to punish you here, and I break away and I go form another group. Rebellion in the first place. Stay of humility. The test comes. The test comes. The test comes whenever you are going, whenever you claim to be, be on the path of truth. The test will come, and it is about you reacting, how you react. Did you know? It was even later I discovered that they were planting people to set me up. When I was with Simon then and all of that, let me say this so that people can hear. Different. I know some of them are not setups anyway. Some of them are just people who are very, people who just want to, ask questions and all of that. I discovered that some people like Gaddafi and co, like one Chica and all of that, they will set people up. They will tell them they want to pay money to ESN, that they need to pay through me. That I need to. I'll tell them I don't keep money. I don't belong in finance. It is the women that are in finance. My job is to speak to Biafrans and make you understand what we need to do. I am not part of finance. You see those ones who have been set as to try to get me. Then I didn't look at it because I felt everybody's mind was clear. We are doing this thing. I didn't even know that they were setting them up they were using them to set me up. Tell them they were bothering me that no, they will need to pay through me. That I should send them an account. They will send it. They will be sending their money monthly. Every month they will send $100. They will be sending this. They are living abroad. I now begin to tell them how they can do it from there. They say they don't have papers in abroad, and that because they don't have papers, they cannot pay through anything. They need to pay through this, blah 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 blah. And I keep telling them I am not part of those who collect resources. Please don't bother me. If you want to be part of this, I give you this person's name. Some of them I sent them Rose number. Some of them I informed the media team. This person is talking about. I even screenshot it and forward on the media platform. One of them or two of them like that. I said, look at how these ones are disturbing me. They want to pay through me. I am not in part of the collecting money. I know my job. In accountability and transparency group, I don't collect money. My job is to speak the truth. My concern is our freedom, not money. Because I know that with the intelligence God has given me, I would always make money, at least. I will. It's all about being dedicated to what you want. If we get free, now when Biafra becomes free, do you think that we'll be suffering like this? We won't be suffering. So why not sacrifice for the freedom? Why not sacrifice for the freedom? Let me look at the messages again. Let me read the messages coming in. And Evangelist Barbara says, okay, let me read from Chukudi Obioma. I like your courage, leaving the criminal. Go ahead and speak the truth, brother. Thank you so much, Chukudi. I will always speak the truth. I so help me God. I will always. I have stood and I've fought, from the accountability group, and I'll continue to fight for the truth. We are going to do it right. It's time to do it right. It's time to do things right. Ego says even a sole proprietor business is not operated the way they are going about things. They are all doing belly infrastructure. That's it. Even your private business, you keep records. And you have somebody who keeps the records for you, somebody you employ. Maybe your secretary, maybe you have just a secretary in the office. The person takes record of what is being spent in the office. Even when you want to take money from that business, if you want it to grow, as the owner of the business, you will subject it to you say this money has been collected. Write it, put it in the records, because you want to make sure that you don't exceed your profit. You don't spend and not have a turnover for the next season of the business, or you don't spend and eat up your investment. You are cautious about your expenditure, so you need records. From the time Simon began to collect money, can any Biafran, aside Simon and Azuka, the two of them only, is there any other person they can prove to you that knows the record, the details of the expenditure? That is why Azuka can come anytime and tell you that she gave 5 million to this person with just mouth. I gave this one 5 million. I gave this one. And that one will come, what you didn't give, what you gave me is 2 million or not 5 million. You see, confusion. And these are people who are living abroad telling you they are educated because they don't want to, because of their criminality, they don't want to put the right thing. They are abroad, they know how things should be done, but they are pretending they have forgotten, or they are pretending they try to carry out so many activities so that everything will look jumbling, so that you cannot say, you just get bogged up on your mind. They begin to bring different narratives, distracting stories. That's why when you look on their platforms, they are bringing distracting stories, and we are doing this, and we are going to be bombarding this, we are going to be this, and watch out, next sit at home, and not distraction, so that they will keep you busy and they are collecting the resources. No account, nothing. Is that the kind of Biafra you want? We are talking about a Biafra of strategy, a Biafra of standard. See, let me tell you, the strategy now, let me tell you. You see, I hear some people, some people, not even one person, they will say, we need action. Any group that can give us action now, that is the group we are going to follow. For God's sake, you don't know what you're saying. You know what action is? The action we need now is a structure. Not a go and shoot military at one checkpoint. You are killing yourself. You are killing yourself. That is the worst action you can take. You see, most people who have been in this Biafra project all this while have been illiterates. They have been illiterates, and that's why we have got it. We have always become the victims of our actions. Today we are victims, are we not? Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there because of the same illiterates who are in this team. People who are concerned about their belly. People who are concerned about what they want to get. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is there now because a group of people who don't even know what the value of freedom is. They think that anything that comes is money, is business. I need to make money out of this. Evangelist Barbara says, very true, to start with bad foundation by stealing the nation's money and telling lies to the people is very bad. Bad foundation. How can you tell me you want to build a good house and then you start the house with one flawed foundation? What makes buildings, that beautiful buildings you see, crumble? Because the foundation is faulty. The only way that house can be wonderful and strong and stay for another 100 years plus is when the foundation is corrected, when the foundation is good. That is the only way. That is the only way, I tell you. Now, let me read the other. Keep it up. Thank you so much, Amaka. Thank you so much for that. Someone is called because people expected more positive things from him, but it turned out worse. Instead of acting right, he is busy with lies, scam, etc. It's really bad. Thank you so much, Ego, for that. That is it. When you give like Chukudi was saying, why did you work with that person? Of course, in the beginning, we expect, I'm not God. I don't know. I cannot read people's mind. But of course, you can read with signs and the behaviors of people. Even if from the beginning, from onset, we saw the arrogance, we saw the stuff. But of course, we were just saying, okay, as long as he will do the right thing, let's just do it. People cannot be 100%, nobody is perfect. People cannot be 100%, perfect. So let's just go on and let's just work as long as the right thing will be done. And that was why I told them we need to set the structure, because structure will manage. Sorry, please. Structure manages anybody and everybody working under it. You know why? If you put me in a department and there's a structure that restricts me from stealing, if I have the gift of stealing, if you put me in a department where money cannot flow into my hands or I cannot manipulate the system, it will curtail my excesses and it will stop me from stealing. So I just need to do the right thing, whether I like it or not. But when I have the gift of stealing and you now set up a structure where money is passing and everything is passing and there's no direction and there's no check, you have given me opportunity to steal. That's why you see the zoo constitution, the Nigeria constitution, it is designed to favor the politicians. See, it is structure that determines how people can steal from a system. You don't know? You have to know this. The reason why the politicians in Nigeria are stealing is because there is a structure that helps it. Go and read the constitution very well. Go and read the details of the constitution. Did you know that you can't even sue them for not even doing anything in your community, for voting them, and yet they don't do anything? It is in the constitution. They can give you promises and they can decide not to keep the promises. They can decide not to do anything for 4 years, be in office and just keep eating money. They can increase their allowances and all of that because the constitution is in that way. The House of Assembly, the government, the executive can increase their allowances and salaries as much as they want because the constitution is designed to favor that. Why? The constitution. Constitution is foundational. Constitution is the formation of what is thought about or what is imagined or what is decided that a people want to be. It is the constitution. The constitution explains, interprets, and at the same time gives a vivid understanding of the cultural disposition, the political disposition, the social disposition, the economic disposition, and otherwise of a people. The constitution houses the whole information or the DNA of a nation. In fact, the constitution is an evidence of the DNA of any nation. That's the truth. So, if you are fighting Biafra, what you set as a standard as a means of getting to get that freedom that you want to get, that is, you are looking forward to truth and all of that. That nation that you think, that you imagine, that you say you want, that you said you want it on truth, you want it on transparency, you want it on this and all of that. It is formed by your program and how you plan, how you have set the plan for the action to get your freedom. So if that program and plan that you have designed is flawed, is critically, criminal, then you don't expect that the nation you're going to get is going to be free of crime, because those who began it began with the concept of criminality, and you were not asking questions. You are not asking questions. You say, oh, just allow them. After all, they are working. Let them work as long as they give us results, even if they eat the money. Stupidity. As long as they give us results. I tell you, none of these people, you see the DOS, I've waited for them to do the right thing. They've not done so. I'll keep talking about it. The DOS members, none of them there have the right motive for freedom. So if you are there jumping around, dancing around them, you are just only a fool. You must understand this. If they have the right motive, the first thing they will do is to set up a fact-finding committee, not somebody coming to tell us, we have done our research. We know those who kidnapped Mazi Kanu. We know those who did this. You see, it will solve the whole criminality we are seeing right now, because most of the criminality that is happening right now is caused by those people who by them, propelled by it is propelled by them. You know why? They have to continue the program of criminality to cover the track of their first evil against Mazi Kanu, promoting evil, keep promoting evil. But when you have a fact-finding committee, see all these running around, hey, this one is correct. It will solve it, because from that point now we know, okay, this is where our problem is coming from. This is where our problem is coming from. Let me go on with the reading. Massive media say, honest with you, without this freedom pursuit, I don't think I would have ever known. But majority of our people cannot be replied on, mainly the men, though some women too. Yes, you're correct, Massive media. Honestly, without this freedom fight, honestly, I can't understand that our people are this gullible and so wicked and heartless. Honestly, it shocks me to my bone what people can do to bring other people down. What people can do as long as I'm not part of this now. But I tell you, to climb and to climb. There, most of you have left. Most people have left because they want to join the criminals. You know, when you say you want to discipline somebody and then they say they are leaving, they don't want to be part of you again. And other people say, hey, because they have left, they are also going to leave. Follow people. They have left. And recently they said they have done they have unveiled accountability and transparency group. How can you unveil what you have rebelled against? You can't unveil what you have rebelled against. You are a rebel. You are a rebel. You can't unveil accountability and transparency group. Anybody who tells you that they have unveiled, anywhere you see any group, as long as we are not there, you didn't see us there, just know that that is not the true accountability and transparency group. They rebelled against us, against the group, and they were to be punished, and they said that they are not going to be part of us again, that they are leaving. We said, okay, if you are leaving, no problems. You can leave. We can't force anybody to work with yours, but based on what you have done, you are supposed to be punished, so that we can put it as an example for other people, so that they don't think that when you just come here, criminality will fly, evil will fly, blackmail will fly, and all of that. You know, we are trying to set a standard that would manage the whole system, because we want the path of truth. That is the only way we'll get our freedom. If you think you are going to get freedom from lies, you are just joking. I tell all of you jumping around people, when they're jumping around anybody, jumping around people, you are just wasting your time. We would not get Biafra by all these jamborees, convention, Biafra, referendum convention, extortion, and all. You are wasting your time. You better come to reality. We all must come together, have a plan together. We must see where one person will now come and give you orders, tell you that they have done this, they have done that, they have spent so money, they have done that. No control, no check and balance. You are wasting your time, because none of them are interested in your freedom. The only opportunity we had, please share this video, like this video as we are speaking, because people must hear this gospel truth. And you know, I would always stand for the path of truth, and my comrades here, you know, type in, always stand for the gospel of truth. We didn't come here to get viewership, to get a large viewership, and to begin to support. Some of them have left what they vomited, their vomit. They have left their vomit, and they have gone back to eat their vomit. Sorry, they have gone back to eat the vomit because they want to now get their platforms patronized and having viewership and having thousands of followers. People must follow now. I don't need to have large followership, but as long as I'm preaching the gospel of truth, my conscience is clear, and I'm the right thing, I am good. You will see how Chukwokike himself will walk through the truth I preach and the truth others preach. Those ones who are on the path of truth, and we will get our freedom. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu said it, that if we don't stay on the path of truth, honesty, we are not going anywhere. In a zillion years, in trillion years, we are not going anywhere. And unless some people will stand for the truth, we would not have a pathway to go. So if we're not going anywhere with dishonesty, with lies, then how do we go somewhere? We need to come to the basis of truth. And how would we come on the basis of truth? People who believe in the truth must come together. That is why we formed the accountability and transparency group, where we would come together. Nobody comes to say that he's the leader, he's going to control. No, we come with ideas. We come with mindset. Those who have the resources come. Those who have the thinking faculty come. Those who have the energy to work and to plan come. We come together. We decide, and then we plan together, and we get our results. Now, let me tell you something. As I was saying before, I said every good program, every good project, every company, big companies you hear today, Microsoft and all of that, began with two or three people sitting under a tree to discuss ideas. That tree is symbolic here. When I say sitting under a tree, it means that they sit down. That means somebody had an idea and say, hey, my friend, come, let's discuss these things. How do we go about these things? Wow, what do we do? Every great idea. So when you see us coming strategically with accountability and transparency, let me tell you something. The norm has failed us. The usual way of pursuing Biafra freedom has failed us. If we don't change tactics, we'll keep becoming victims. The military will still come to our land and kill our people. Our people will keep doing the wrong things. They will keep going to pursue police checkpoints or military checkpoints, and military will now go and reinforce and come back and kill the people in that community. Foolishness upon foolishness. How can you keep doing the same thing and it is killing you and you are still doing it? Today you go to one place, you go to kill some military people in that community. And then military will come back, reinforce, come there, kill the people in the community, begin to pick the young men, harvest their organs. And you think you're making progress? You are stupid. Every time they are talking about operation, we are going for this operation, we are going for that operation. What is the focus of the operation? Nothing. Just attracting. It's just like what is happening in Niger now. Gabon right now. Sorry, Niger. Let's not Gabon for now. Niger. The French man is told to leave. The French ambassador is told to leave. They gave him 48 hours, which expired on Friday. Today, he said he's not leaving. And you know why? He needs to be there. He needs to be stubborn. He needs to resist that order to leave, so that the Niger military will react. When they react against him, it will give France an excuse to invade. When you go to a military checkpoint and kill military officers, you give Nigeria agents a reason to invade communities. It's as simple as that. That is what Simon and Co. and all these people are doing. And all of you will be saying, water, you are stupid. And they know what they're doing. They are not in the country. They're not in the contraption. It's not the country. They're not in the contraption, so they can do whatever they want to do as long as it will prompt you to be excited and more money comes to them. It is still you that will die. So they send some people, go to the military checkpoint and do this. And they go to the military checkpoint and do that. And then Nigeria military comes and they reconvene and then destroy and kill people and shoot at people, shoot at sites and all of that. And then they will still be the ones to come online. Then agents are attacking our people. We are not going to take it. We are going to do this. Lies upon lies upon lies upon lies upon lies upon lies. Please, I am on broadcast, please. I'm broadcasting, please. Please. That is it. Lies upon lies. Because they want to keep you busy. And you are not asking yourself, this attack on this military checkpoint, for instance, that they have gone to attack now, how does it fall in line with a strategic plan? Because you don't begin a military program without a cogent roadmap that will lead to freedom. You don't just go and attack military checkpoints. It doesn't make sense. Biafrans, we must come together now. There is a need for us to plan. I tell you, you see, I don't want to brag, but I tell you, we have the solution to how we can get freedom. And that's the truth. All you need to do is to come. Let's reason together. We're going to begin with a vital concept because we have seen that most of our people are hungry. We want to set each community running with programs and projects, developmental programs that will strengthen the will of our people and get them well positioned in their mind to now fight for freedom. Some of you are saying we need something fast. We need something fast. We must action. Action is what our people are looking for. Which action? What is action? You think action is just to carry AK-47 and go and shoot? You are shooting yourself on the foot because they will come back. They will invade your community. They'll kill you. Please like this video, share on all your social media platforms because people must hear this message. Share it around. Cut this part if you can. Share it. Subscribe to this channel. Let people begin to join and hear the truth. Accountability and Transparency Group has come to set a template that will help better, and we need you to come in to understand. Now, I told you the other time that we are building on the membership platform. It will be ready very soon, and by the time the membership platform is set on that website, www.easternsunrise.org, you will begin to talk more on that and guide you on how you can come in, because we need to work together. We are tired of all this nonsense. We can't continue with the same plan that have been on ground, all the plans going on, and yet we want a change. Every great idea begins with two people. It has nothing to do with how big the problem is. The issue of communication today has been solved in the world. Today, you can speak with anybody through the phone. You can talk to anybody through the phone. You can do anything through the internet. You can communicate very well because one person had an idea, called one or two people, joined him. They sat, they discussed. The problem was a worldwide problem. We needed a way of communicating with one another from every end of the world. But one person had an idea. He called other people, and then they sat under a tree symbolically, and then or figuratively, and then they discussed, and then they now began to harness the plan. People began to add ideas to that idea. The idea began to grow. The idea began to grow. Before you know it, there was telephone, the wired type. And before you know it, they wired it all over the nations of the world. It was stressing. They were wiring and wiring. People were communicating. Suddenly, in 1950 or so, the wireless came up. The first wireless was so big that if you carried it, it was so heavy. Very heavy. It started with an idea, but that idea began to beget innovation. Innovation began to come into the system. Innovation began to come into the system. Today you have smartphones that are so light you can put it in your pocket and carry it. But when it began with a heavy phone. Ideas. So for our freedom, we need innovation. We have been doing the same thing stupidly, following the same pattern every time, and all of you keep jubilating and jumping around stupidity, jubilating around stupidity, allowing yourselves to be stupid. But now it is time to change tactics. And the tactics will come from an idea I produce, from an idea you produce, and from an idea we all produce, and then we put the ideas together. And we now set a structural plan with everybody's idea, bringing yours here. Okay, yours will fit in here. Oh, mine will fit in here. Hey, this one will fit in here. And then we put it together. We now have a cogent plan. Not just standing up and say we have an operation today and we are going for an operation. You just go kill military checkpoints. Then you rush into the bush. That's stupidity. That's stupidity. My water is finished. That's stupidity. Makan wants to keep it up. Thank you so much. Nice one. Thank you. Ego says a whole lot of them are filled with lies and are evil-minded. Thank you so much. That's it. I think I've exceeded 1 hour, so we'll continue. But let me just go on. Tomorrow is going to be, we're going to have the opportunity to call in. If you want to call in, tomorrow is Saturday, so we're going to have, we're going to talk extensively. I want to be practical now, discussing with, let's talk practical. Can continue to allow few who are making you dry, and by capitalizing on your stupidity, keeping you. Praises are demanding for good governance, while Africans are hoping for miracles and opening churches all over the place. It's this time around. It's going to break. It's going to break because the people begin to wake up now to understand they have to take action. Even Israel, key one Israeli, you will see the attacks will come into your community and. Ego says that Ego says they are just like the system. They claim to be fighting sets of crooks. That's it. Up and the freedom they want to get. They want slavery. They want to get free. They want to get free. They want a new nation, and you want a new nation. You want a good nation of free and all of that, and you are carrying out criminality. You are using criminality to beget a nation of truth. It's not possible. Lies, it's not possible. They're just the whole thing disgraceful. Thank you so much, Ego. That's it. But we are here to correct this. How things are going bad, and you think today the whole world is enjoying telecommunication, phone, enjoying internet. How many people started it? How many people started it? Few people. So if you think that you don't have the power to change things, then you are just looking at yourself as not you don't even know why you came to this world. Because the reason why you have an idea that something needs change is because there is something that has been put in you that can be part of that change to come. So God reveals to you that there is a problem here. There is a need for change. God brought me into the Biafra project. There's a problem here. There's a need for change. God brought you into it and said there's a problem. There's a need for change. So all are coming out, all out, knowing that there is a need for change. We all having that mindset that there's a need for change. We bring the little ideas God has given to each of us, and we put them together, and then we begin to plan ahead and set the right structure for us to correct the issue. Who knows who would have known Mark Zuckerberg today, if not that he was able to believe in himself and say, this my idea would go global. Some of you have seen yourself so small. You think that it has to be this person, it has to be that person, it has to be other people. My own idea doesn't make a difference. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a demonic lie. Don't accept that kind of lie. Makanwa says Mazinam Kanu will be appearing in court this month of September 14th. We pray to go for his adorable victory. Okay. You know that the zoo court can never give you justice, but we believe that Chukwokike will take control of that. Thank you so much, Akanwa. Thank you so much, Amakanwa. Thank you for that. Ego says lies is tantamount to evil. That's it. There's no difference between lies and evil. That's just it. Daniel Lizzie says, I'm so surprised. I'm so surprised a lot of Biafrans have bought their tickets for convention. This is really pathetic. In fact, I don't know what to say. Daniel Lizzie, honestly, it's so shocking. You know, bro. Chukwudi replies, Daniel Lizzie, he says, brother, nobody bought any ticket. It's all audios and internet privilege. Yes, that's true. You'll be shocked that it is only their circle that have bought the tickets. You know, and they will come and tell you that people are buying. They want to give you an impression so that you too will rush and go. You see, oh, the kind of criminality going on in this state. I wish people's eyes will be opened. People's eyes will be opened. In fact, let me call it. Let me make a grammatical blunder here. People's eyes, so that they will know the extent to which this thing has to happen. People's eyes, even if it's a grammatical blunder. I wish people's eyes will be opened. Let their eyes be opened, because the kind of evil going on. Oh my God. Daniel Lazer says, Mazikele should be sincere, but Pastor Emeka Livingston really affected our group, because some people are asking me, why did he have two different groups of accountability? Please tell them that we don't have two groups. It's as simple as that. See, you don't need to carry things emotionally. You have to explain things the way they are. You tell them that these people were supposed to be suspended, that they did some wrongs. The group decided that they were going to suspend them. And as we were discussing and deliberating on that, they told us they are no more going to be part of us, and they left. They want to set confusion. They go out that they have their accountability group. That is rebellion. Rebellion is rebellion anywhere in the world, even in. That's it. Rebellion is rebellion. Rebellion is rebellion. When people rebel, they have rebelled. There's no two words about it, even in the Bible. When somebody rebels, they have rebelled. So if they have rebelled, they have rebelled. You say it the way it is. Daniel, please, let's be straight. They ask me directly what is happening. Why do we have two groups? I tell them straight. I know they will resolve to blackmail. They want to come and say this and say that. That is their business. The truth here is that this is rebellion. Rebellion is rebellion anywhere. The word rebellion does not have a fine face. There's no place it now takes a fine face. So my brother Daniel, please tell them what happened. The people went away. They broke off because they wanted to be, punished for their errors and their wrong, and decided to leave the group and decide to set confusion. But they cannot set confusion. You can't start anything in rebellion and succeed. It's not a curse. It's just the truth. And the so-called people who are there, who claim they know God and they know the word of God, they know that in the scripture also, you don't rebel and think you're going to succeed. It's not possible. It's not about age. It's not about anything. But you don't rebel and think you're going to succeed. No. No matter how old you are, subject yourself to what you are doing. Be humble. When the group says we are going to suspend you, take it as a person. In humble spirit. Oh, I did wrong. Okay, I accept I did wrong. You take it and you accept what they tell you. And then later you can discuss with the people, appeal. If they have to call it off and they see your humility, they will call it off. But don't stand on your ego and begin to look for blackmail. If I play voice messages here of so many things they said, and now the same people that they claim that I was trying to use to steal money from the system, the same people they are working with. They are working with the same people. The same people now are fighting me. The same people, like they said, they are just like when they were trying to use this massive media, stuff, request to blackmail me. They also brought this narrative that I brought some other people to come and make money from the. I want to use them to steal some hundreds of dollars from. I don't know how many dollars, anyways, from the website stuff. The same people that they said they were accusing me that I was using them to try to steal money. The same people now are working with them. And the same people now whom they said I was working with, I planned to steal money with, the same people also are against me. So why don't those people they are claiming that I want to steal money with, why don't they expose me to them if that's the truth? But they have kept quiet. They are pretending. I'm just looking at everybody. The same people they said are criminals. They said these ones are criminals. They were working hand in hand with me to steal money because they want to blackmail me. The same people now are working with them. The same people will come on air calling others miscreants and idiots. I was just looking at it. I said, in a normal day, in a normal setting, these kinds of people cannot even come to my level, where I am. But I'm not boasting anyways. I don't need to boast. But because we have come on Biafra project, they will come. You see the mountain and talk, saying so many nonsense. You know, you don't blame them. The same people they said that I was conniving with to steal resources, the same people now they are working with, I did not more connive to steal resources with. Those people are working with them. And those people are abusing me from their tent, from their camp. And they are not asking those people, but you connive to steal money with this person. Why are you not abusing this person? Why don't the person, since they want to bring me down, why don't that person they said I connive with, why don't that person tell them that, hey, yes, this is what he did. Let's bring him down. Let him say it now. I'm just looking at them. And they were everywhere, doing voice messages, forwarding it everywhere. Kelechi is a criminal. He came for selfish end. Imagine he was trying to join this person. He was trying to join that person. He brought this person. He told that person to add figures so that he will make his own money. He told that, I said, now so this thing be. Now so this thing be, including people you don't expect to be stupid. People you don't expect to be stupid. They are very stupid in this Biafra project. Today, the same people who are claiming that, I'm not mentioning names, am I? I'm not. I'm just trying to be very civil because it's not about issues, but I'm just trying to bring in your mind the kind of terrible things happening in this Biafra project. You must be very careful. Today, I've learned my lessons. I am always careful with the people I work with. I make sure that we stay on them alone. We don't discuss any other external thing. Any personal issues. No. Some of them will bring your personal issues. Hey, he asked me for a loan. And when he asked me for the loan, I now discovered that he said he wants to buy a bus. And now discovered that, it's about what he wants to. That's why he came to Biafra project. So that he now give somebody my number. That's massive media. He gave somebody my number. The person was asking me, he was telling me to take him to America. So he connived with the person to use the person to indirectly talk to me, to talk to them, to bring me to America. That I didn't want to come straight. I wanted to use somebody else to talk. If I want to come to America, is it you? Is it you? What do you have to take me to America? I keep asking them. I said it. I made a voice. I said, what do you have to take me to America? If I wanted to leave the zoo, when I left the zoo to straight to America, I would have done that. America is not exciting to me. It's not about America. I have anything to succeed anywhere I am. I'm not a slave, so I can't go to America. Because if I go to America now, I start washing plates. I'm not created for that kind of job. So America is not my place. I go to places where I can be productive and use my talents. Even if I'm going to suffer for a while, I'll use my talents to do things. Not a place where I'll go and I was going to look for menial jobs. All the talents you have, you'll be there washing the bum of old people. Calling, and you'll come out brag that you're a nurse. Which nurse? Old people somewhere, they will shit, you pack it, they will pee, you clean it, they will vomit, you clean it, they will want to bath, you go and wash their nyash. And you come here to tell me that you are in America. I'm not cut out for those kind of nonsense. I prefer to stay where I can utilize what I am, even if it is suffering for a while. Of course, I have to suffer for a while. When you leave your comfort zone and you're going away, you will suffer for a while. But with time, you're going to get it right. Different blackmails. And now today, they now broke off. They said accountability and transparency group is one. My brother, one. And everybody should know that. One. Those ones are rebels. I say it, and of course, those who know what I'm saying know what I'm saying. They are rebels. When you break out of a thing because they want to, because the group decides that they are going to discipline you for a wrongdoing, you now break off and you now go to form another group and call it the same name to cause confusion. You are a rebel and you are a wicked person. Anybody who follows such kinds of people will live their life in regrets because you would also be part of their rebellion. You would also reap from their rebellion, because you can't join a rebel and think that you can reap the right thing. No matter what the title they take, whether pastor or whatever they call themselves, once they are rebels, they're rebels. Nobody has a special place in God. Even you are a God's person if you have what it takes. If you believe in God, you believe in God, believe also in me. My father's house are main mansions. Jesus said in John chapter 14 and all of that. Once you're born again, born of the water of spirit, you know you're of God. So it's not about the titles. Today we have used titles to deceive people. Titles. Of course, if I want to claim title, do you see me call myself pastor anywhere? I don't call myself pastor, but I've been pastoring for 23 years now. I've been ordained as a pastor 23 years and pastor different churches. Starting from scratch, some of them, about 3 or 4 of them, starting from scratch in different states in the zoo, and grow them not just starting. Grow them and then they transform it to another place because they know I have the ability to grow places. So, but I don't. All those titles are nonsense because when you begin to bring it forward title, you are trying to manipulate people. So when I come in, I don't bring title. I call my name. When they ask me what's your name, my name is Harry. My name is Kelechi. That's what I say. I don't say Pastor Kelechi. Do I need all those titles? Why are you calling yourself pastor? Let people see the fruit in you. Because when you bring title, you want to manipulate people. That's why you first present the title. Let me go on with the messages and then we'll close for today. Tomorrow we'll continue. We have enough time to talk because we must talk to ourselves. The video. Let's hear the truth. When you like it, you attract other people to it. Hear the truth. People need to hear the truth. Daniel Eze says, the convention come. Obama will keep watching, but that convention is just a distraction, using it to keep their people aspects of it. So, we're doing some people and get people to understand. Ego says many of them are only concerned about Facebook and YouTube money. They are not for the betterment of our people. Selfish, greedy, and heartless set of people. Thank you. Chukudi Obama says November is governorship election, and why is Simon not shouting no election? No, he can't say that. He has gotten what he wants to get using this election mantra. Man has collected money. He has collected. How can he say no election when he couldn't do the first one? He knows that when he plays that game again, people say, "Hey, he has come again." So he knows that he can't go there. So all he needs to do now is to come to convention and, of course, funding their kidnapping business and all of that. Because when he goes to no election again, people have already known that tactics. They know that he has extorted money from them in February. He didn't stop the election in February. So they know that tactics will not work again. So now he needs to be distracting people with things that look beautifully named. Referendum convention. Referendum convention. And and they say referendum, of course, referendum. And referendum, they have convention. This must be. Ask them: is UN aware? Is AU aware? Is EU aware? Is ECOWAS aware? No. Do they have representatives? No. They don't even know what's happening. They just know that they are just having a program somewhere. If they know. People don't reason. So that's it. Chukudi and Daniel, of course. That's it. Ego says, keep doing one thing the same way over and over without no result. Water, fools. Don't mind them. Every time we're talking about water. What is water? The truth is the only way to achieve good things and free yourself. That is the truth. Is the only way to achieve good things and free yourself. I'm telling those of you who are thinking that Russia is in Africa to better your life. You are just I don't like using insulting words, but sometimes we need to use these words so that people will feel the gravity of what you are saying. How can you be thinking that Russia is there to you are sitting comfortably in your nation? They come into your nation with their soldiers and all of that, stressing themselves to come and free you. You don't know what you're saying. The only problems we have, according to Daniel, is that Pastor Michael Livingstone and co are doing what they form another country. It's very sad. That's their business. If they think that rebellion will pay, let them go on and let's see how it will end. And Elise says, to be sincere, Pastor Michael Livingstone need to stop. Leave those people, please. Let's just focus on what we are doing. They are not important to us. We are here to discuss how we're going to be free and bring ourselves together. So, of course, we have mentioned them. That is their program. Let them continue on their rebellion. It won't take them anywhere, my brother Daniel. So leave them. It won't take them anywhere, Accountability group without Mazin, she gets involved is fake. Yes, not because I am important anyways, Daniel, but because at least I stand for the truth. And of course, people know my face, in this regard. So when we want to say, okay, where Kelechi belongs, people will understand that better. So not because I'm the one important or I am more, no, but because, it's like, hey, telling this person is there. So that's where the real thing is, So that's it. Thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you so much. Massive Media says, if some individuals that do say in this same platform that if they go contrary, that they should be cautioned and called to order, punished, and now resisting it, why should they then criticize someone? That's it. I was pointing it out to some people. I said, look at the same thing they are talking about. Do you know that somebody was, in fact, one of the people was saying that, was asking me that, how much do I have in in that I want. I'm talking about the website, and I'm insisting that this right thing must be done. The right thing must be done. That how much did I contribute? You can imagine. The same way also Simon, he said give account. They say how much did you contribute? I was shocked when the man said it. He was imposing his person. He said, this person must do the website. I said, no, the person has defrauded us. He cannot do the website. He said, no, the person has not defrauded us. When evidently, even the person that is working with them now, one of the person that is working with them now, that they said I connive with to steal money, that has gone to join their camp now insulting me. The person himself was a proof that this person that this man brought is a criminal. He said it, and they were fighting him then, and they said he is a criminal. They said he's a criminal. He joined forces with me to steal. Now he's working with them. He's no more a criminal. The same attitude of Simon. Oh my God, so many things are wrong with our people. Honestly, so many things are wrong. Obioma Daniel, I will disappoint. I will be disappointed with our people if I see them in that convention coming up in October. Daniel, don't be disappointed because most of our people are daft. So don't be disappointed because just expect anything. If not, you will be heartbroken. Happy New Month, my great Biafra nation. Amaka, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Ego says, I wondered how these set of people claim to be fighting to get a true nation to be filled with such blackmail and lies. Okay, fought them all off. Bad people. Thank you so much, Ego. Yes, that's it. Okay, fought them, bro. Let's uncover them. We don't need to cover evil. Amazing people. Mazi, please mention their names so the Biafrans will know them. Don't worry, time will come to mention names. You know, everything is step by step, you know. But at least people have seen those who are talking about accountability somewhere. People have seen them, so people will know that, oh, so this group of people are the people they've been talking about. So definitely, that's why I don't want to mention their names. Let it not be as if it's a fight. You know, we are fighting. No, I don't have to fight, but I just have to say the truth. So I mentioned the issues. The people, they have already set themselves apart, and they have already shown to the people that we are the people. So when we are saying the issues, the people will know that, oh, you are relating with this, you are talking about these people. You know, what you're saying is about this people. So the people know them already. I understand you anyways, my brother Daniel, but let's just, you know, let it not be as if, because we didn't come to, we have more things to do than to be arguing and fighting and this one comments, hey, this one, no, we don't have, we mention what they have done wrong, you know, and then let them come out, begin to mention names, then we'll know what to do from there, you know, but we mentioned the issues, and we have mentioned the issues. They are supposed to be disciplined. They decided to break off, and some other people decided to join them, including the people they said I was planning to steal money with. Those ones have joined them too, and those ones are insulting me from there too, and they are not asking those ones questions. But you were supposed to have, you tried to join Kelechi then to steal. Why are you now abusing Kelechi? Now tell us now that you're abusing Kelechi, now we know that you're against Kelechi. Tell us how he set up the thing to steal from us. They are not asking the question, they're working with him. In fact, there's one, they said, we don't know that, and that's the one they call a Yoruba man. We have the voice message of everything. We have the records of everything that happened. So we're waiting for them. Let them come out and begin to. Some of them have threatened. They have sent threat messages that, you know, privately to inboxes and all of that. I think Akwan was even playing one, you know, one idiot who was saying that, you know, any day she comes out to speak, they're going to come. That media war they're looking for and all of that. I'm just looking at them. Small boys who don't have sense. They just talk anyhow. You know, you want to fight media war. Fight media war. Lord have mercy. Lord have mercy. Touts. You just come to Biafra project and they want to, maybe because Simon didn't recognize them, that is why they now fighting Simon. Not because Simon is a criminal. Because if truly they came, I stood against Simon because of criminality. I didn't stand against Simon because I was bypassed or put at the corner. No, I was actively involved, and I said, no, this cannot happen. So that tells you that it's not about personal interest. Because if it's about personal interest, then by now I will be saying, please, that currency, let's do it. I would have given them the design of the currency. I would have put my face on one of the coin, as they said, and put their faces on other places, as they said. That's what I would have done because it's personal interest. But because no personal interest, I said my face cannot be on a coin. Your faces cannot be on a coin. We don't qualify. We don't qualify. And I called a meeting. I called some people to join, and I called someone into that meeting. So we don't qualify. So those who are saying selfish, I came in for selfish. I didn't get my face on the coin. It is to get money from websites. Oh Lord have mercy. God help our people. Thank you all. I appreciate you guys. Today we have spoken at length. We have exceeded 1 hour, you know, and all of that. And this is about almost 2 hours now. Okay, 1 hour 39 minutes already. And of course, today is the first day of September. I want to wish you the best in this month as you wish to achieve and what you wish to get and gain. God will help you. Chukwokike will be with you. And of course, he will protect us, guide us, keep us safe and secure. We all shall succeed in Chukwokike Abiyama's name. And I appreciate you guys for being here. Please like this video, share on all your social media platforms, and let it go far. From today, we're going to be broadcasting regularly. Hopefully, by God's grace, we shall make it regular this time around. Please get ready, get prepared. As much as we are able to get the media, the membership platform on the website set, then we'll now actively begin to talk critically so that you begin to get registered on the platform, and we'll begin to explain to you in details how it runs and how it will go. So please prepare yourself and get your bounce on. It's a work in progress. We don't have all the resources, so we take it gradually, step by step. Simon and Co had all the resources, but they are spending it in their private pockets. But the little we have, we are using it to do the work we need to do to set the structure the way it's supposed to be set. And then when you come in, you now see, okay, this is the structure. And then when you come in, you will now see that everything is transparent. And then you will know how we can run together and see how we can get things done. I appreciate you guys very, very well. I appreciate you guys. And Mego says media war against their own and not their main enemies, Mumu's media war. They will come and say, well, that's media war. Media war. You'll be looking at these idiots without faculty, without constructive faculty, and without content in their brains. They're talking about media war. Engage them in discussion. Nothing to offer. Nothing to offer. No idea. All they just gather is to gossip. Go to their platform. When they added me to that platform, I just keep wondering, what kind of people are these? Until I remove myself, because it was just rubbish. This one, I've done this. They're looking for, when you're discussing with this one, they will record the message. This one will carry false information. They will now begin to discuss. They will record that person's voice. Then they'll begin to blackmail themselves. I said, is this what you people came to Biafra project to do? Is this what you people just came here to just... Because you don't have content in your brains, and Biafra project is not for people who are empty. When you are empty, you only come with a smart stupidity. And that is what you are going to exhibit, because you will look for issues to discuss and arguments and supremacy and trying to, feel important by what they call saga. They will say saga. But when you have content, you begin to worry. Why am I disturbed? Why am I getting myself into all this? Please, let's focus. Let's focus. When you tell them let's focus, they get angry because they don't have anything to focus with. Well, how will they focus when they don't have content? They don't have ideas. Why should Emeka Livingstone, that claim to be pure and rigid alongside with your group, allow the decree of these other people that say the original accountability group will scatter come to pass? Let me read it again. Why should Emeka Livingstone, that claim to be pure and rigid alongside with their group, allow the decree of these other people that say the original will come to pass? Yes, thank you so much for this question, Massive Media. That is it. That's a very great question. That's a very great question. Why? You say you have the Spirit of God, you say you're a man of God or something, a servant of God or something, and you allow the curse of the unbeliever to come to pass. When you should have reasoned, this is a test on this thing. Let me just be humble and allow, and then you now just spoil everything, all of that. And just go out and break off and then begin to constitute nuisance, telling people that the accountability will be launched when you are breaking out of the accountability group. Lord have mercy. And you said when you were breaking out, you said you don't want to have anything to do with Biafra project again. In fact, your wife had been telling you to leave, to get off, that you just go and rest, don't want to get involved. And again, you don't want to be part of it. You are not going to be part, you are not going to get involved. You just stay somewhere, watch and observe what is happening. And suddenly you come up, you see accountability group. And you begin to do something called launching. Rebellion can never get anybody anywhere. Rebellion can never get anybody anywhere. Antivirals making the loudest sound. Ego, thank you so much. Well done, Amakanwa. Thank you so much. Ego says Livingstone is the worst so-called pastor that can't say and stand by truth. Of course, can stand by truth. And that's why I don't look back when I want to tell you the truth. They know. If you don't look back when you want to tell me the truth, why tell me. And the one I will apologize. And the one I know that is so it's okay, no problem. It is the group's decision. When a group says a group is bigger than you because it is all about everybody. When the call yourself any title, you call yourself any title, you don't have humility, you are a waste of time. on me, could not view media, join them to be castigating me and talking rubbish. And so he just sees them and starts scattering. He's I also I said I brought him into the group. As soon as he came into the group, just fight is happening. Just come in, begin to take sides and begin to. Let's of course, Fact News was the one who decided I was secretly so that they use it for blackmail. Fact News could not view media. That's when I brought him into the group, and I was the one who told him, I would like to add you to the accountability group, and I brought him in, and he started working, doing all this the rubbish, So thank you all. Tomorrow we're going to continue here. We're going to continue strongly, and we're going to speak further and move on to further things and speak forward. We need to come together to do the work we need to do together. And I tell you, the program on ground is, the program on ground is flawed. We need to change tactics. This is the time to change tactics, preach this gospel of changing tactics and of truth to others. Let them join, and then we can get results. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you so much, Daniel. Thank you so much, Chukudi Obioma. Thank you so much, Ego, of course. Thank you so much, Evangelist Barbara. Thank you so much, and Mama Kanwa. Thank you so much for engaging. Those of you who are on the path of truth, thank you so much. Those who are watching, please share on all your social media platforms and circulate around social media. And also like and subscribe to this channel. If you have not liked the video, subscribe to the channel. We are moving forward and we'll get results positively. And together we're going to build and develop our land. And when we develop our land, we're going to be in the right frame of mind to now get the right strategy, of course, and do the right thing, of course, which is part of the strategy to get our freedom. Because as we develop our land, we're freeing our land. That's the truth. People don't understand that narrative. As we are developing our land, we are freeing our land. That's the truth. I appreciate you guys. See you again tomorrow, hopefully same time or earlier, depending. But I will get the information circulating, and all of that. Thank you so much, all. I appreciate you guys. God bless you. Very good. Thank you so much.